What's up, Army? Welcome back to Redemption 46 Studios. I'm Nick.
안녕, 러입니다.
And I'm Curtis.
You know the vibes. Y'all seen the picture. Y'all seen the thumbnail. Y'all know why y'all here. 24/7 equals heaven.
콧남.
This is your first time on the channel. Become a real redeemer. Hit that subscribe button. It's heaven here. We're giving you guys content 24/7, it feels like. Also, for more content like this, live performance, Mama 2020, which is up.
Did you say about my mama?
2020 is up. Unless she performed with BTS, I didn't say anything. That's your mom thing. Like, you should know.
It's like only in my dreams.
Nah, but everything is up there. I think by the time y'all get in this, Stachita should be up there. The RM Live in Seoul is up there. What else? We just did something else. Oh yeah, the bonus content from the Rise should be up. Yeah, it's a lot of dope stuff is gonna be up there. But yeah, no long talk. Me and Kurt kind of filmed this ironically when we did episode 6 of the Rise. We are concluding our kind of dark and wild. I think we have this and like maybe 2 more joints off of it, and then at that point we've actually completed another entire album from obviously their younger discography. So yeah, no long talk. We can jump right into this and have a conversation when we are done.
Sound like Jermaine Dupri produced this.
J-Hope!
The melody is so catchy.
내일은 꿈꾸던 데이트다 참 예쁜 겨가 예쁘다 나 비추는 빛으로 따라던 모든 세상이 나 위한 것 같아 right 오늘 밤만큼은 blame 너 위해서야 darling 만날 시간이 너랑 2시기라면 투자를 하지 너와 이룰 all sorts 없잖아 보이 내 맘은 너지 나는 콧소리 네 생각만 가득히지 하루 종일 오늘 밤까지 네 환상에 잠 못 이루겠지 홀라
Oh nah. Hope was showing his ass. He's raining.
너라는 해 같은 Sunday 너만의 첫 데이트
Nah. I'm hearing a lot. I love all that, like, no, and then like,
You know, in the crowd, like, that's beautiful.
oh, that was a good one.
That was pretty good.
Everything that we talked about with them moving forward past this album, I'm hearing harmonizations, I'm hearing vocal runs, I'm hearing rap line do their thing. This is a beautiful track all around. Everybody had an opportunity to jump in here. Vocal line had an opportunity to take the chorus and turn it into their own as far as like what they do with their voices. Suge, you was running it.
I could be wrong, but it was also 16/8 structure again, wasn't it?
I think so. At least as far as when the rap came and then they came in, because I think RM kind of had like a pre-chorus.
Yeah.
I didn't count how many bars his pre-chorus was though, but it did feel a little bit more structured, which we always says this album kind of feels the most structured.
Yeah. Well, I just remember RM mentioning that on the Shachita thing. As far as, so I was trying to put myself back in that mindset of kind of like, if he was writing that way or if the group was writing a little bit more to that style at that time. Nonetheless, though, I didn't want to step on your point.
No, you good. Suge, he carried it. Y'all know how I feel about kind of the rap energy he gives off regardless of what the beat is. But Hope, his verse knocked out the park for me. I'm trying to think of like what's a good blend, and I know obviously some people like hate the whole comparing thing. This beat reminds me of a whole lot of nostalgic stuff, kind of like when rappers used to jump with the R&B boys to do certain stuff.
It sounds like Jermaine Dupri did a remix of a certain song. I don't know which one, but it just sounds like he remixed the song in the song.
Yeah, in a good way, because like it's giving me nostalgia, but it's not like it's not a particular artist or a song that I can like kind of pinpoint, but it's just one of those tracks, motherfucker, where like back in the day where like someone would be rapping and at the tail end of the rap, almost like how like Rick Ross in The Dream. Remember how Rick Ross is like going in the dream, it's like, I really wanted you, kind of, if you know, I'll loop it or something like that. But kind of like when rappers kind of did that run, which I love, when you have like those R&B guys on it, you still kind of talking your talk, but someone is over you, kind of still like just going home, like Renner's doing in the background and they fighting for it. But I like this a lot. I kind of can't wait to hear the live performances because they were snapping on the audio track here, and I know when they do the lives, it goes like somewhere else. I want to credit Cookie probably for a lot of the heavy lifting as far as like the vocal stuff goes, but I thought I heard V at one point like kind of do a run, and I thought I heard Jimin as far as like a falsetto went. Could be wrong. Like I said, I definitely know it was JK doing like a lot of like those punches and stuff, but that's why I like the lives, because like sometimes when JK gets to kind of belt out and hit the high note and then he'll come in and do his run again, obviously we always say he only has one voice, so he kind of can't harmonize over himself and shit if he can, Jesus. But it's always fun to kind of try to catch what other member it is as well. So I like that about it. But that run was crazy. By the way, this is a download for me. How'd y'all feel?
This is a cool song. Like I said, from Dark and Wild, I get it. I get the vibes, and I can definitely tell it was during that time. For sure, Hobie had my favorite part of this song. The way he was playing with his flow was a little bit unexpected for this time and everything like that, and definitely for how the track was. The hook is cool. It'll probably take me a couple more listens to get to it if I really do end up liking this and want to download. It's not a download as of yet. I want to listen to it a little bit more. Mm-hmm. But the hook was cool though. I like the way they played with the Sunday and Sunday. Yeah, I love them kind of playing with that. It was a very bright song. Like I said, the production is different from anything else, kind of like on that album or during that time and stuff like that. It feels, like I said, very down south, retro down south, late 90s, early 2000s down south. Maybe a little bit of bass in there. But this is a pretty, like I said, pretty cool song. I would just like to see or give it a few more listens.
Yeah. Also, low too, I like the traditional kind of like vocal runs. We always talk about in the first couple like albums how, obviously like the group was a hip hop group kind of before anything else and stuff. But I like when we kind of get those flashes or like those songs where you can tell vocal line got a little bit more in there, and it ain't you know come to fruition yet, or they haven't completely unlocked everything that they kind of have going on. Right. But right now, this is kind of still the era to me where they'll belt, but traditionally they'll still kind of pass the vocal baton around to each other on like hooks and things of that nature. But this just works and shit. But I do understand your apprehension to maybe kind of wanting to fill out the hook and everything because it's kind of so, it's kind of like got that groove where you kind of either gotta, I'm not gonna call it like the schoolboyish, like kind of bobbing hook, but one of those hooks where like you kind of either gotta kind of buy right into it or you gotta listen to it again to spin the blood.
Definitely.
Yeah, I thought this was really great. Definitely, you know, from the little bits that we had heard, you know, when we were checking out some of the, you know, bonus content and everything, you know, hearing snippets of this and just the general kind of melody of everything, it was definitely something I was looking forward to. And it didn't disappoint in the slightest. I mean, you know, the melody and everything was so catchy. I felt like, and it was just a really feel-good song. I like that the production didn't necessarily, like it did a lot, but it didn't necessarily feel like it was overdoing it because, you know, the if your song title is, you know, 24/7 Heaven, then you're trying to make something feel good, you know, feel happy and just bring positivity. It might be a little bit more tempting to kind of boost up a lot of the production elements. And I like that it's relatively scaled back and that it really is, you know, their vocal runs and catchy melodies and such, particularly that convey that feeling. So I really like how almost reserved the production is, and allows their voices really to be the instruments that kind of, you know, convey those feelings and emotions. You know, definitely with the rap side of it, I always love when they get the chance to kind of have, you know, full 16s or between 8 and 16s. You know, I just like kind of more fuller, fleshed out verses, and of course it does, you know, come with its, you know, positive and negative connotations. Of course, that being, you know, line distribution, you know, for other members and such. So I definitely take it with a grain of salt, but nonetheless, kind of I find the lyricism really, you know, poetic, and I think rappers are really able to get off, you know, their clips, switch up, you know, flows and cadences and such. And it's just something that always immerses me a lot in a track as well, in addition to the vocals, of course, that they give us. But I liked even, you know, Suge's part where he's basically like, he's kind of talking like, I'm almost envious / like hating the clock, kind of because it's like this day, that, you know, the sun hasn't even risen yet, and this day already feels so long because I'm waiting to get to that special person that I can't sleep. But yeah, it's like, you know, those kind of aspects where it's like, you know, whatever that person, you know, represents to you or whatever, it's essentially like almost like I don't want to say like a drug or anything like that, but kind of how similar motifs will be used in music where it's like if I'm without this person, I'm like longing for them, and when I'm with them, it's almost like a high of some sort. You know, it kind of was giving me a little bit of those sort of vibes, but it was done so well in the sense of like I'm almost hating the clock, and then, you know, when I'm with this person, every moment feels almost like magical.
It's almost like 24/7 with you equals heaven.
That's the song.
They got us thinking.
Nah, but funny enough too, just in relation to that too, I like that they, like, I was wondering kind of, because, you know, they were saying 24/7, which is obviously, you know, all day, every day sort of thing, but I like that they, you know, because the day they kept referencing was Sunday, and I was just kind of thinking about that, and I don't know if there's anything to this, of course, but Sunday is always the day that resets the week.
It's Lord's Day.
Yeah. So essentially, like, every Sunday I'm seeing this person is a new day, a new week.
Unsubscribe.
Is a new day, is a new week, and kind of representing that new beginning of, you know, whatever it is for you. So I just think that was really impressive. And also Sunday, ironically, is also considered like, you know, the day of worship or anything like that. So if they tied that in kind of thematically in any sort of way,
like they worshiping her.
Yeah, because they kept like, you know, that's like, you know, it would just be interesting nonetheless. I don't know if it correlates at all, but and then obviously when we got into, you know, Hope's verse and everything, I think that's like, you know, I really liked his verse. I would say probably the most. But it was like, you know, even the whole like you're essentially like a currency, or you're a stock and I want to invest in you, sort of thing. Basically in that kind of like
talking it too.
There could have been some doubles in there, but it was basically like I think that like stuff like that was like really cool, kind of like you know, the metaphors and you know, references and things that he was kind of able to slide in there. And mind you, also just taking into consideration that this is earlier in the discography, of course, not to say it's like, you know, like debut era or anything like that, but basically I know that Hope essentially had to learn to rap and everything, you know, kind of from the beginning and everything. So just knowing, you know, kind of where he is even at these relatively early stages, as far as, you know, his flow and his cadence and everything, and the way he's able to kind of merge and attack a beat in a way that's a merge of what, you know, styles of RM and Suge possibly have, but not just straight, because he him being, you know, more of a dancer, more from a dance background, I like the way he attacks the beat, because it's, you know, mannerisms with your beat and how you move your body is going to be different as a dancer than as a rapper. And I think they both add unique kind of pathways for you to kind of explore musically. Like we've talked about that with producers, even with Yoongi, like being the producer, he might attack a beat and his flow a little bit differently. RM being, you know, a straight poet and everything, his bars are going to be more, you know, more punches perhaps. But it's just they all kind of add like a really unique style. And again, just seeing little bits of seeds of these things in some of their earlier work and kind of how those things have grown and blossomed into kind of what we've seen them, you know, to have become up to this point is just something that's always going to stand out to me, definitely. Obviously, I do wish there was a little bit more moments kind of with, you know, some more of the vocal line. I know Koki did a lot of the chorus and everything, and particularly runs at the end as well, which, you know, of course, sounded amazing. But I did like the little moments where they kind of snuck in Jimin and V as well. And I know Jin had like, you know, a line or two, but I did also like his line where it's like basically to look in myself in the mirror kind of thing. Because you have to come to that point of question where it's like, even if this represents like a heaven to you, is there going to be any parts of you that are going to reflect on that? And I just think that that was a necessary part of the track, and I'm glad, you know, that was a part that he got to do as well. But yeah, all in all, this was a track that I definitely enjoyed. I'm not exactly sure if it's quite a download. I definitely need to listen to it a few times, but I really like, you know, what I've heard of it so far. I just kind of need to digest it a little more, I think.
Well, the best is yet to come, especially for them in their career.
They've given us
Nah, speaking of such, we'll have an opportunity to hear this again because we're going to jump into the live performance. So if you guys want to join us, jump on the Patreon. Like I said, the RM Live and Soul is up on there already. A couple other treats dropped on there today. The Stachita thing is up on there, and I feel like some other stuff is up on there. Yeah, the 2020 Mama performance is up on there. And if you weren't there last month, it's a lot of other BTS stuff and a lot more BTS content coming this month. Someone has a birthday in about like 2 weeks.
Yep.
So you already know how we do for the birthdays. We're gonna show the hell out. Might do some revisits, might do some deep dives into some other stuff, and really have some dope conversations on my guy's birthday. But no long talk. We love you, Army.
Love y'all.
Peace.